Yeah, it was scary, and I've shared this a lot of times in interviews. I'm an introvert, honestly, or I've kind of I don't know if it's introverted or not. I always use that term, but I've always kind of been okay just not being the center of attention and kind of just, be having a private life. And so it was terrifying when it went viral because, everywhere you looked, my face was, especially at that time, at the end of May in 2020. And I think a lot of it had to do with my backstory, and I think a lot of it had to do with what we were going through because COVID, it was right in the heart of COVID. And so people were at home and maybe lonely and just trying to make a connection with people. I know when we would go during COVID, even though we were in lockdown, we'd still walk our dog. And I'd walk, when I'm walking our dog, I'm waving at everybody because I just miss the interaction, the human interaction with other people,
Yeah.
especially in sales. I would go out and meet with my customers all the time, but I couldn't because I was locked down. And so, yeah. So, and my daughter helped encourage, I shared this a lot too, is my daughter helped encourage me to put it out when I did. Cause I'd thought of it a couple years before I actually posted anything. I think that'd be a good idea for a channel, just practical advice coming from a dad. And stuff I've learned the hard way, but just how to change a tire, how to change a battery, how to do a lot of these things that maybe people don't know how to do.
Yeah. What was that like? I know you like how you touched on it, but you essentially lost your anonymity, meaning your privacy at home, right?
Yeah.
Like what was that transition like? You said you were going out with friends, and then now you were just like interacting with like your neighborhood dogs, to kind of feel that normalcy again. Like what helped you navigate through like that type of mental barrier? Because that is a lot of pressure.
It was strange because there's also other things going on because, dealing with because having to relive my story too, which was painful. I'm sure you can relate to this. There's certain things that in your life, you're much younger than me, but even I'm 62, and this happened almost 50 years ago, and it can still bring up some emotions like, that hurt.
Yeah.
And so when I'm on these interviews, on TV or whatever, all these different things are coming at me and I'm reliving that story over and over and over. So it was actually healing. At the time, it was hard because I was trying to, people want to hear the story and I'm struggling emotionally to get through the story because I'm a human, I'm not a robot that's just, rattling off a story. This actually happened to me and it was hard at that
Yeah.
time. And so like I said, I think now because of telling my story over and over again, it's helped me process it and I'm in a good place. The Lord has been so gracious to me through it all. And honestly, too, because we're in COVID, if we weren't in COVID, I mean, it might not even have blown up, too. So who knows? It's easy to speculate. But if I was not in COVID and I was being asked to go on the Today Show in person, I would have said, no, thank you. I can't do that. I'd be a nervous wreck. And so, in the comfort of my own home, being interviewed by Craig Melvin, I could just talk. I'm looking up and there's my dog, and oh, I'm back and I'm talking to Craig Melvin. So it,
Yeah.
it, it really helped grow me out of my uh, introvertedness, I guess.